Okay, so let's get started in top of a push-up plank position in 4, 3, 2, 1. So this time we're starting with our toes together, feet together, legs are squeezing towards one another as tight as you possibly can. So that's going to engage your glutes, your lower abs, everything, and your abdominals, your low back firing. You're gripping the ground with your hands and you're also pulling them away from each other, creating tension in the upper body, and also trying to imagine as though you had pencils underneath your armpits and you were trying to crush them. Most importantly though, you're focusing just on nice, deep breaths. Rest, come up to stand. So we're going back and forth between an exercise that is going to somehow resemble a plank and then these bridges or hip thrusts. So each time you transition, you want to come up to stand in an athletic way. We're down on the ground and then we're beginning our bridges. Palms towards the ceiling. And we're moving quickly now. So we just did a plank. Now we're bleeding it off that tension with these bridges. For you, we're going to be doing a lot of bridges today. First set, focus on what your feet are doing. Make sure that your toes are spread, your feet are completely against the ground. That's the only thing you're really concentrating on right now, is making sure that there's stability in your foundation, which is your feet. Come up to stand. And again, you can just walk around. It's a quick transition, 15 seconds. We're going into a side stretch pose here. So step the right foot forward, right arm up, and then you're just going to press into your left hip. You're leaning over. Tuck your pelvis under here, and now look underneath your armpit. This is a deep stretch. You should feel this all through your side body, a little bit in your hips. Again though, just focusing on the breath. Rest, do whatever you need to do to adjust here. You're coming up to stand, again, in a nice athletic way. This workout is definitely a moving meditation, so you're just focusing on doing everything with intention. You're back down on the ground, you're going into the bridges. This time, focus on your hands. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Fingertips are open, hands are nice and active. And again, the feet. Making sure that your feet are planted against the ground. Making sure that your abs are engaged. And again, moving quickly here. So you should be getting about at least high 20s for each of these sets. Rest, actively come up, stand. Take it for a walk if you want to. I did this early to avoid the jackhammering, but they got started early today. So left side, left foot forward, left hand up, right hand on the hip. Again, tuck the pelvis under here, and then you're just pressing into that right hip, leaning over towards your right, look up, and really reach, make this active. If you have a prop, if you have a weight, something like that you prefer to keep your hand on, make it comfortable for you, that's fine. But this one is pretty deep, so you want to be careful getting in and out, hand down, back up to center. Again, nice athletic stand up. Going back down into the bridges. 3, 2, 1, and begin. So again, now keep going. Start thinking about what your upper body is doing. So make sure that your chin is nice and dropped. Make sure that you're tucking your shoulder blades under. So on the ground, this is what you want. You want a slight bend in your elbows, but you want your back to also be activated. Just the legs squeeze back and down. You want to create that on the ground while you're doing the bridges, and you want to make sure that your feet, ankles, solid, nice and engaged. And back up to stand. Now we're doing the throws. Same thing. Even though we're moving here and it's not a traditional plank, it is a plank. Because we are keeping our core nice and stable. So from here, reach up, right foot forward, and then you're just, as though you were slamming a medicine ball. But notice what my lower body is doing and what it is not doing. No movement in the knees or the hips. This is all coming just from my trunk. And on the down. And again, this is reinforcing what's going on with my feet. If my foot's not planted, my leg is going to be all over the place. Back up to stand. Walk it around. You can come down to the floor, back into the bridges. So that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to create good patterns for you to take with you from here to the golf course for today. Bridges. So again, trying to create that left position with your back, making sure that your feet, you want to feel as though your feet are like in concrete that is basically up to your ankle. Everything is pressing against the ground. And back up to stand, nice and athletic stance. This time we're going with the left foot forward. So we're just setting this up, hips width. I'll show you from this side. And again, reaching up and around past the left shoulder, dropping down. Nice and easy chops. Exhale as you're chopping. Focus on what your feet are doing. Are your feet moving? Is there a lack of stability here somewhere? Start with your feet. And rest. We are going to do this again, same exact thing, beginning with the plank. And you'll notice as you go through this, that even though you're doing these bridges, your glutes are getting engaged, your hips will start to open up. Top of the push-up position, again, toes together, heels together, legs squeezing, the most active plank you have ever done, pushing the floor away, squeezing glutes, abs, pushing the floor away as much as you possibly can. Breathing, nice easy breaths. And rest. Back up to stand. Take it for a walk. In 3, 2, 1, bridges. Palms up, back down. Hold it up at the top for a quick second. Make sure the abs are working. So again, we're creating tension with these planks, and then we are bleeding it off with these hip thrusts, bridges, whatever you'd like to call them. Really quickly. And rest. Coming up to stand. Getting up and down is a very underrated thing. Probably the most important thing, so just make sure, again, reminder, you're getting up like an athlete. You know, not laboring. And then we are back to the side stretch. Let's start with the right side. Right foot forward, pelvic tuck, right hand up, sorry. And then you're just deep stretch. Most important, look under the armpit. Again, if you can take the hand to the ground, but really, this is a deep stretch, no matter how you slice it, so make sure it's uncomfortable, but not in a terrible way. Slowly come out, that's the important thing. Readjust, athletic stand up, walk it around. 3, 2, 1, back down on the ground, planks. So again, for this one, for the hip thrust, you don't really have to worry so much about creating tension in your legs and in your hamstrings. Just think about what your feet are doing. Are my feet completely planted? Are my ankles stable? What are my shoulders doing? What is my upper body doing? Where's my neck? And just breathing. Up to stand. Other side. This time we're going to begin with the left foot forward. So just again, in setting this up, tuck the pelvis under, lift the hand up first, all the way over, And open up your shoulder. Really try to open this up as much as you can. Try not to lean forward. Try to lean back as much as you possibly can. And really let your body go into the stretch. Again, deep stretch here, so you just want to be careful coming out. Getting in is okay, coming out is different. So just sweep the arm around, come back up, neutral position, stand it, walk it off. Same thing, however you want to. Get down onto the ground, nice and athletic, back into those bridges. Tuck the shoulders. Back up to stand, yay. Walk it around. Now we're going into the throws. If you feel stable now and everything is starting to come together, you can start on your toes. Starting with the right foot. Front, up, chop. So it's very easy going with the upper body, but very intentional with the lower body. So I'm just kind of tossing, chopping, and chopping. Lower body though is just very stable. Nothing strange is happening here with my knees or with my hips. And exhale on the way down. Three, two, one, back to the bridges. So this is a very simple workout, but it's also a very sophisticated one. If you're really paying attention to what your body is doing, you'll see that everything starts lining itself up a little better. Again, even now, you may not feel this, but you will start to, as you continue going, you will feel your hips opening. You'll feel that you have more mobility there. You'll feel that you're more stable on your feet. All things that are very important to golf. And even just the simple act of getting up and getting back down with athleticism creates a difference. Left foot forward, right foot back, arms swinging. Exhale deeply, all the way down. And rest. Repeat this. Hope you enjoy.